What's up at welcome sa Pochoklak. Ito ang ikalimang episode ng Relitiko, kung saan tinitingnan natin ang mga relo ng mga politiko. Sa episode na to, dahil halalan season na, titingin ulit tayo ng ilan sa mga relo ng mga kandidato sa pagkasenador. Yan po sila, current senator and re-electionist Bato de la Rosa. Pangalawa po, titingnan po natin ang relo o isa sa mga relo ni former Senate President Tito Soto. And finally, titingin po tayo ng isa sa mga relo ni former Senator Manny the Pacman Pacquiao. Pero bago po tayo magsimula, kung naghahanap po kayo ng pangregalo para po sa Mother's Day, isasuggest ko lang po, tingnan nyo po yung video nyo, baka may mapusuan po kayo doon na iregalo po para po sa mga dakila nating ina. With that out of the way, tara na!
Ayun.
Pag tingnan po natin yung relo ni Senator Bato dito, mapapansin nyo parang merong kabuti doon sa 10 o'clock position ng case. Yan ay isang helium escape valve. Meron din po itong dive bezel at meron itong parang mesh style na bracelet, no? At in some footage, bukod dito, napansin ko na meron itong aged or parang luma na itsura or dating. At dahil dyan, tingin ko ito po ay isang Omega Seamaster 300M. Not just any Omega Seamaster 300M, specifically the one that was used sa film na No Time to Die. Isa pong James Bond na movie, no? Caveat ko lang kasi in the past si Senator Bato, no, napagkamalan na merong Patek Philippe Nautilus with Tiffany blue dial na turns out isang modded watch pala. At dahil po dyan, hindi ko po maiga-guarantee na ito ay isang Omega Seamaster 300M, the No Time to Die version. But still, tingin ko malapit-lapit naman ako kasi total, James Bond po ng Pilipinas si Senator Bato. All that said, pag tiningnan nyo po itong relong ito, mapapansin nyo parang napaka-stealthy ng look. Wala pong polished surface sa relo na ito. Gumagamit ito ng titanium na napakagaan po na metal at mapapansin nyo medyo aged nga. So, parang stealthy, no, yung dating niya. At Daniel Craig had a hand in designing this watch. That's why I think this is such an important watch, no, involving the actor who will use the watch in the design process. It's, I think, quite unique, no. Not saying that it's right or that it's the best for the movie or for the watch. I think it's just a unique move on the part of Omega and the creators of the James Bond film. That said, ang key characteristics nito, bukod sa titanium and yung pagiging stealthy niya, yung broad arrow na makikita nyo sa dial. Typically po, ang ibig sabihin yan, pagmamay-ari po ito ng British government. And that makes this a divisive choice on the part of Omega, although they did ask for permission from the British government, no? Kasi hindi naman totoong tao si James Bond, pero nilagyan ng ganitong simbolo sa isang totoong relo na isusuot ng ilang mga tao, no? Kaya medyo strange choice. Personally, I didn't mind it. And I personally like the design of this watch. In fact, naging owner po ako ng relong to for a very brief period of time. What really put me off was yung pagiging magaan po ng relo, pati yung helium escape valve. I just decided in the end, it was not for me, and I ended up selling the watch and obtaining a better piece. Isa pa po yung kwento para sa ibang video. Let's leave it at that for now. Pero kung tanggap nyo po yung helium escape valve at yung pagiging magaan po ng relo na ito, then this might be for you. And if you're in the hunt, ang SRP po nito nasa 658,000 pesos. May kamahalan po, pero sa totoo lang wala po akong nakikita sa mga boutique niyan these days kasi a few years ago na din since na-release itong relo na to. In fact, it was released before the movie was released. That being said, in the secondary market, pwedeng umabot to ng 450,000 pesos. And that's still a significant chunk of retail. So, baka sulit pa rin po, no? Lalo na kung load din nyo si Bato talaga, then do not hesitate to get this watch. That said, most people po, no, including myself, I actually prefer the alternative that I'm proposing dahil nga dun sa helium escape valve, no? Ito po ay isang Seiko, ang SRPD 73. Napili ko to kasi meron din po siyang mesh style na bracelet at medyo aged din po yung itsura ng relo with a dive bezel. So I think akma po, no, na alternative ito. ang masasabi ko lang sa relo na to, it's a great watch when you're just getting into mechanical watches, which is yung target audience po no, nung mga video ko. Yung SRP po nito, lampas lang ng konti sa 18,700 pesos. I've put the links in the description as well para kung interested po kayo, I encourage you to buy the watch to give it a shot yourself. I have tried one on myself and I think yung fit po ng mga Seiko 5 Sports na dive style watch is very fit no for my wrist. So I think for most men out there and even for some women, I think this is a great place to start.
Board chairman ako noong 2008, nakita ko yung statistics mula nung ginanap yung batas ng Republic Act 9165 na ako rin na principal.
Pag tiningnan po natin yung K-shape ng relo na suot ni Tito Sotto dito, para pong una, no, that's what they call a cushion style case. And then mapapansin nyo po at the crown, parang merong device na nagpo-protect dun sa crown. Mapapansin nyo rin po, no, merong sub-dial for the seconds sa 9 o'clock position. Meron ding date at the 3 o'clock position. Tapos yung case color po niya, parang pinkish gold siya. That makes me think this is a Panerai Luminor. Specifically, the gold tech version, reference PAM 01112. Ang Panerai po, napaka-iconic niyan with a distinctive style. A person na nasa kabilang side po ng isang silid. Mapapansin nyo agad na naka-Panerai siya dahil malaki to at yun nga, yung case shape niya, very, very distinctive po. No? Malaki-laki ang size ng mga Panerai. Nasa 44mm po ang size ng relo na to. At as a bit of history, yung Panerai po during the World Wars were used by Italian Navy men for use underwater. Kaya even before the submariners and the 50 fathoms of the world with the iconic bezels na are so well known today, meron pong Panerai watches na ginagamit na underwater. Ang gawa po sa gold tech ang case na ito, which is a proprietary material of Panerai na 75% gold, 24% copper with a bit of aluminum mixed in there. Ang SRP po ng relo na to, I did check and nasa 1,638,000 pesos po. Pero on the secondary market, nasa 1.2 million pesos po yan. Although I have not seen it in the Philippine market, no. So kailangan niyo po magbayad ng taxes, duties and shipping. So that will drive the price up. Kaya malamang po didikit na rin po at retail. Kaya kung nasa Pilipinas po kayo, I suggest you go the retail route specifically for this watch. So sa pagpili po ng alternative, naisip ko na kailangan, medyo hawig niya naman yung Panerai in terms of the case shape. Pati yung size, dapat malaki-laki po yan. At naisip ko din na kailangan medyo gold yung appearance niya. Dito po sa part na to, medyo nahirapan ako maghanap ng parang rose gold na kulay, no? Kaya I went with something closer to yellow gold. At dahil dito po, I landed on a brand called Panzera. It's an Australian brand. Yung watches po nila designed and put together in Sydney, no? Specifically, this is the Panzera Aquamarine 45 with a blue dial and a blue leather strap. Ngayon, this century lang nabuo ang brand na to, pero tingin ko okay lang kasi yung movement nito is a Seiko NH35 movement na mass-produced naman po. So even if you buy the watch, kahit sinong watchmaker po, tingin ko, mare-repair po nila yung watch kung magkaroon po ng problema. Meron lang pong concessions kasi yellow gold po ito at yun nga, mass-produced yung movement unlike the Panerai na medyo upscale na po yung movement niya, no? Walang retailer po ang Panzera dito sa Pilipinas, pero you can order online. They're selling it for 40,800 pesos. Pero katulad nung kanina, kailangan yung magbayad ng taxes, duties, and shipping. Kaya lang po medyo malayo naman ang presyo niyan sa pinag-usapan nating Panerai kanina. Kaya even if you pay all of that, mas mura pa rin po yung relo. Kaya kung gusto niyo lang po i-try yung Panerai, magandang choice po ito para masubukan nyo before investing a lot of money into that kind of shape of a watch and the size din, no? Medyo daunting yung size ng mga Panerai. Kaya I suggest kung gusto nyo i-try, subukan nyo muna with other brands like this Panzera.
Anong mayroon tayo, dapat magpasalamat tayo, dapat lahat ng papuri sa Panginoon ibigay natin because God give us the...
So, very distinctive po sa relo ni Pacman dito yung kulay po ng case at ng bracelet ng relo na suot niya. Yan po ay parang may tint na ever rose gold, hindi po ba? Tapos mapapansin niyo po yung crown niya sa taas at sa baba nun, merong pushers at meron ding subdials. Dahil po dyan, ito ay isang chronograph. Not just any chronograph. This is a Rolex Cosmograph Daytona in full ever rose gold. Reference 126505. I think this is a very prestigious and good-looking watch. And based on what Pacman has done for this country as a boxer, I think angkop po ang relo na ito para sa pagkatao po ni Pacman. That being said, yung chronographs po, typically, hindi po aware ang mga tao kung anong use niyang mga yan. Ang mga chronographs po, ginagamit po yan to time things like yung mga race cars no when they're doing laps around the track. Kaya typically po, pag sinabi na racing watch, it's a chronograph most of the time. Anyway, ang Daytona po na ito, ang SRP po niyan, halos 3 million pesos na po, napakamahal na. But it's even more expensive on the secondary market. You will be set back by around 3.5 million pesos pagka pinursu nyo po ito sa secondary market. As typical with Rolex, karamihan po ng mga relo nila above retail kapag nasa secondary market na dahil sa scarcity po ng mga produkto na ito. Anyway, dahil po sa scarcity na ito at dahil sa I think unreasonable price ng relo na ito, you have to consider alternatives, and I think a great alternative would be the Tissot PR516. Na-mention ko na rin po ang Tissot dati at tingin ko historic din in its own right ang Tissot. Syempre hindi kasing sikat or kasing ganda ng mga relo nila yung Rolex, no? But I think they deserve their own recognition. At ang PR516 po na ito ay ma-achieve yung look ng relo na suot ni Pacman dito, no? It looks like it's ever rose gold. It's achieved with a PVT coating, no? At ang pinakamalaking concession siguro, quartz po ito rather than an automatic movement. Pero di bale kasi price-wise malayo po, no? Ang SRP nito nasa 37,000 pesos. And medyo konti lang din tong relo na to kasi typically for this watch mas talamak yung steel it's very infrequent na merong ganito, but they do come up sometimes in retailers of Tissot dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya pag nakita nyo po at type nyo yung look ng Daytona in full ever rose gold, I think hindi po kayo magkakamali sa Tissot PR516 na ito.
Kailangan natin siya, mabait na tao, walang maaapi pag nandyan si Bato.
Ayun, nakita na natin ang mga relo ng ilan sa mga senatorial candidates. Una po, tiningnan natin ang Omega Seamaster No Time to Die version ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. Pangalawa, tiningnan natin ang Panerai Luminor Gold Tech ni former Senate President Tito Soto. At pangatlo, tiningnan po natin ang Daytona in full ever rose gold ni Manny Pacquiao. Sa tatlo pong relong ito, ang pinaka-paborito ko, yung Panerai po ni former Senate President Tito Soto. Dahil napaka-unique po ng shape nito at gusto ko po yung tint ng rose gold sa gold tech na ginamit ng Panerai sa relong ito. Doon naman po sa mga alternatives, ang pinaka-gusto ko po, yung SRPD 73. I am a sucker for faux patina. At ang idea po kasi ng Seiko 5 Sports is to introduce mechanical watches to a whole new generation of watch enthusiasts. That's part of what this channel seeks to achieve. Kaya nakaka-relate po ako sa konsepto ng SRPD 73 at ang buong Seiko 5 Sports line. Pero that being said, opinion ko lang po yan. Iba-iba po tayo ng pananaw, no? At kung iba po ang inyong opinion, ibang paborito nyo, i-share nyo po sa comment section. I-share nyo din po kung tingin nyo merong alternative na mas angkop. Do like this video if you liked it. Please comment on how you think this channel can improve on the content. Also subscribe. Yung maliit nyo pong suporta, napakalaking bagay po sa akin yan. At maraming salamat po sa oras na panonood. Laters, yo!